That would be legendary.
Yeah.
It looks like we are going to get underway. We are live. You're watching CEVO TV. It's the beginning of Season 5, CEVO P Division's iBUYPOWER against Savage. Best of 1 here on Dust 2. I am Mess, joined by Launders. It's the pistol round. It's going to be iBUYPOWER starting out on Terrorist side. Seeing Steel taking some pot shots through double doors middle. I like seeing that. Bomb is already staged up quickly into lower B with the number 6-man Swag along with him. And check it out, they've actually got 2 people. That's number 7 and number 9-man, Steel and Skadoodle. Just taking shots through double doors in mid. Skadoodle opts to move down through Suicide towards mid. He's taking some shots out on Hades. He's got Swag and Dazed both flanking that double doors, waiting for Hades to show himself. He wisely decides not to do so.
Yeah, so far we've already seen quite a bit of damage, over 100 damage. Looking at like 150 damage done to Savage. That's going to add up. But the positioning here is pretty good because they were heavy over to B. But now it's the momentum shifting over to A. And I think iBUYPOWER has the read that there's a lot of presence at mid and B.
I think they were able to, like you said, read them and draw some of the players over to that B site in middle. As we see AZK flashing out, dropping the CT spawn. Look at this move. Dumore is able to decapitate Steel, but AZK is able to turn around and get Hades. So already 4 off the field of play for the counter-terrorist is all up to Glorens. He does have full health and a flash, but through the smoke, AZK is able to get himself the 3K on the round. And the consolation bomb plant, iBUYPOWER winning the pistol round. Just textbook.
I don't know. They just actually, it probably would have been a better play to go A in that situation because there's only 1 player there. They ran out into 2 players holding mid and 1 player holding inside B site and managed to just get 5 kills right after losing 1. So just superior aim.
Yeah, just basically a brute force win for them on that round. Although some tactical slow play to begin it and do some damage. Obviously, Savage on the save here. P250s and CZs across the board. We're seeing Skadoodle just going with his P250 because he's saving up for that op. Meanwhile, a couple of Galils on Dazed and Steel. And AKs for Swag and AZK as Valens is the first one off the board. Steel getting himself a piercing headshot on Glorens over at the A site. And Swag, look at that long distance spray, just making it look easy. Eliminating Dumore. So it's now down to Hades and Relics. And they are actually sandwiching the players. As look at that, Hades biding his time is able to take out AZK coming through long doors. He's going to pick up the gun there. Gets himself an AK, but already the bomb has gotten up onto the A site. That's Skadoodle getting the plant off. That's going to be a 2-man retake attempt. Hades and Relics. Relics does not have a gun. He's got himself a CZ. Hades looks like he might be trying to save this. As Relics is taking some pot shots from Xbox. With the CZ, he's able to... Oh, Dazed. Actually, a little bit of team damage on his buddy Swag. Takes him out, but finally eliminates Relics with that headshot. And Hades just sitting over there in front of B-Tons with his picked up AK. He's going to save this, Launders.
Yeah, not a big deal for Dazed to kill his teammate there. He did spend all of his money on an AK and armor, so no, not a huge deal. 1 player getting alive with an AK, that is a little bit of a bigger deal. I don't know if they'll buy behind this. If they do, they'll be able to bank 3K or close to that. Besides the nades that Hades is going to buy, but maybe they'll just run around with 1 rifle and try to get some kills because they might want to have an op here for future rounds. I wonder if they'll armor up though, at the very least.
It looks like they did armor up. Skadoodle actually going with the Galil this time. I thought maybe he would save for the op the next round, but looking like he's not doing so, going with full nades as well.
Likely because the Hades with... Oh, okay, well, he goes down. But likely because, they weren't sure if they were going to buy behind that.
As the 2 initial kills go to Skadoodle and Dazed. Or excuse me, it was Steel and Dazed. As Swag picks up 2 over at the B site through the double doors. Just the frag power is way too strong here for iBUYPOWER. Balin's the last one up.
Wow.
Tries to spray down AZK in middle. Loses that battle. So 3 in a row for iBUYPOWER with the quickness.
Yeah, with the quickness. And yeah, I think they forced the Galil buy out of... the more I think about it, the more I think that's true. They forced the Galil buy out of Skadoodle just by having the presence of the AK on Hades, even though he wasn't able to get a kill with it. But now it's going to be op time, full buyouts, and so a little bit extra money was lost here. The TK, the Galil buy, and that's going to mean that the economy isn't too far out of reach on iBUYPOWER, even though Savage hasn't killed too many people on their team.
And look at this, it's a long stack by Savage. Does not pay off as already one loses his life, but Glorens is able to trade out and get AZK. This is looking good for the CTs here in this first gun round as they're able to bring it to a 4-on-3 scenario. They have the man advantage, but already taking control of the A site are Steel and Dazed, but the bomb is still stuck out long. So they are a little bit sandwiched there. They're going to try to maintain control of it, but the bomb is not able to come out as they've got 2 men in front of them. That's Glorens and... Oh, Glorens turns and takes out Steel, trying to come up long and get an opening for his teammate. Skadoodle still stuck near T-spawn with the bomb. He's the... Dazed is actually still up on the A side, fending off Cat, but Relics is able to eliminate him, so already a great-looking gun round for Savage. As it's all down to Skadoodle. He has that op. He does have the bomb. I'm thinking he's going to try to get himself maybe a frag or two and then opt to save this gun, but maybe not. He's slowly walking through long double doors.
He just doesn't have the time to win this round. On a mad dash to A, he'd have to kill 3 people at least.
Oh, catches a shoulder there from Dumore. But it looks like Dumore is just trying to draw his attention as there are 2 close right. That is Glorens and Valens. And Skadoodle wisely backing off, going to smoke off the double doors and throw Molly for good measure. He's going to save his gun here. So Savage responding after losing the first 3, winning the first gun round here. Very nice job by them on CT side.
They got to be impressed with themselves. They held long like a champ, and ultimately, even though we had 2 players go up Cat, they just didn't really have the opportunity to save Skadoodle, as there was still the really easy ability for Savage to crunch him at long, and so he's kind of stuck in that position with the bomb, and we had Dazed and Steel with not many options, trying to work a pick that was not going to be handed to them at A plat.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if Savage can turn one round into a second. They won the first gun round. Here's the second. iBUYPOWER has enough money to buy, so it will be the second full-on gun round. And the bomb is actually looking for a mid approach. Ooh, Daze steps out from the double doors, is able to spray down Valens. So the opening kill goes to iBUYPOWER. Dumore defending the mid to B push. Oh, he's somewhat flashed there. Here comes AZK, who decapitates Dumore, and that's going to get them entry into mid and into the B side. And the number 5 man, poor Relics, did not know what hit him. Loses his head. The bomb is going to get planted. They have complete control of the B site. The number 1 and number 2 man, Hades and Glorens, on the opposite side of the map. Hades already wounded, looking like they are going to save Launders.
Yeah, iBUYPOWER just outpacing Savage a little bit too much here on this round, where they came out mid and caught Dumore off guard as well as Skylar right after that, just because they were only prepared to start shooting after a second, if you know what I'm saying. They were both expecting to see their opponents a little bit later than they did, and iBUYPOWER just executing a little bit too quickly caught him off guard.
Ooh, and Hades is actually able to get 2 exit kills, but the third does not go his way as Daze is able to eliminate him. I think he took out Steel and AZK, so nice job by Hades to get a couple of kills. It's a 3K on the round.
Yeah.
But still, losing the round to iBUYPOWER, you know, exit kills are not what you want. You want round wins.
Yeah, you want round wins, and AZK getting his entry frags outweigh those exit kills by a long shot. So 4-1's the score. It's going to be Glorens, the only one with a rifle in his hand. He's going to be spending a little bit of money here, so it might be not unreasonable for him to save if he does able to get away with it. But Relic's getting tagged into B means it should be easy to take this site. Oh, unless they don't want to go for it because of smoke, which is probably a good idea.
I want to take this time to say welcome to Random 846 to the sub team. Great to have you aboard. You're watching iBUYPOWER against Savage here on CEVO TV. It's 4-1 in favor of iBUYPOWER. Savage winning the first gun round in the 4th round, but iBUYPOWER responding. We do have Savage on the save again, but look at that. Well-placed flash and 5-7 kill by Hades onto AZK, but Swag is able to eliminate Valen. Steel gets himself Dumore. Gets himself a second on the Glorens. Steel already with a 2K on the round. Steel making it a 3. No, excuse me. That's a second there. It's all up to Hades and Relics, and now it's down to Relics. 19 HP on him. All he's got is a CC, and here comes Dazed. Yellowing up the steps with the bomb. I think he was able to get his AK, but it looks like Skadoodle was able to actually pick up the bomb and scat out of there quickly, despite the fact that Relics got the gun and he was really close to him.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to get the bomb plant safely off on the A site, and Relics wisely backing off into T-spawn to save his gun. So another save for Savage and another round in the books for iBUYPOWER. It's going to be 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1. You know, not a good position at all. But in terms of what's going on this round right here, is Relics does want to save this because as the economy reads, Glorens had spent a little bit of money on armor and nades because he had picked up the AK, and so he's only got a grand on him. That means he's going to be able to Famas armor no nade buy next round, possibly. Actually, he's going to have some money because of. No, yeah, he's going to have more. No, he's at 29. Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be able to Famas not head armor. So he's gonna have to get dropped if anything, but that does hurt their economy quite a bit. And he's actually gonna opt to go for the UMP, which is a good against armor, but ultimately still an SMG.
Yeah, you're going to have to get yourself into a favorable close range position with that gun, particularly against the likes of iBUYPOWER. All extremely elite in their fragging abilities. We see Steel coming off the 3K from the previous round, and iBUYPOWER opting to head towards the B site with the bomb this time. It's a 2-1-2 split. They've got two people in control of long already, which Savage has essentially completely conceded to them. And on the back of that, their third man has moved over to the long position. We've got the number 9 man just sitting in the pit. That's Steel. Just keeping him honest over there. And we see a stack from Savage on to Cat. We've got Glorens. That's a good spot for that playing up close next to the steps on Cat, and he smokes it off to prevent the push, but we see 3 of iBUYPOWER staged up in middle, and it's looking like they may be, well, I'm not sure exactly what they're staging up here, Maunders.
Yeah, they're looking for a free kill. I think that if they go up Cat, you were right about the UMP spot. It is a smart position for him to be in, likely because that's a good way to get like one free frag, but ultimately you're going to take a lot of nade damage from players that are opting to take Cat as a team. So I think that they're both in the best positions right now, but iBUYPOWER not just looking for a full-on execute. They really want to pick here, but with 20 seconds left on the round, they got to make a decision.
Yeah, it looked like they were waiting for a little bit of impatience from Savage, but... Oh, look at this, Glorens! That perfect spot that I called it! Gets 2 with the You don't see that happen, particularly against the likes of iBUYPOWER and Hades, getting the 180 headshot on Steel. This is a great looking round for Savage. Where did this come from?
Glorens got 3.
Matching patience for patience. His swag is just going to smoke himself off and save that up. Look at this ninja move by Swag. Oh no! Valence gets him with the headshot through the smoke. If he hadn't shot his gun, he might have saved it. Huge round by Savage to get back on the board. It's now 5-2.
They actually completely misplayed going up Cat. I think that was the team flash that blinded. It blinded Valens a little bit, but he was waiting for a flash to pop so he could turn around. But then I think it fully blinded Steel. So he ran in trying to shoot at where he thought that Glorens might have been, but ultimately missed all his shots, and then Glorens just took off 3 heads there at Cat. So pretty funny rounds.
Wildly entertaining, and we said it, folks. We would see some interesting CSGO. We've already seen it. We're only in the 8th round. It's now 5-2, and we see, oh, it looks like an execute on the beat, and this is looking good for iBUYPOWER. They've only got 1 in the back of the site. It's the number 5-man Relics. He does not know what's coming at him. They've smoked him off. Oh, look at that through the smoke! The headshot on Skadoodle. He gets 1, so he opts to go for the full spray. Oh, that's a nice nade, but he doesn't take too much damage. Trying to spray through the smoke. He's calling for the rotate from his teammates. He needs some help here. He's still alive in the back of the site.
Wow.
No, Steel eliminates him with the headshot and dazed wall-banging Hades. So now it's all up to Glorens. Last one standing, his in middle, smoked off at double doors. They are going to get the plant off, but look at this. All 3 of iBUYPOWER extremely wounded. Steel with 19, AZK with 20, dazed with 45. But Glorens probably doesn't know that. He is looking like he's going to save his gun, and another save for Savage. They're just going to have to concede this round.
Man, that was a really close round. And some of these rounds are surprisingly close. I think, you know, Skylar was in a really good position there to get an extra frag. He ended up doing a lot of the damage that we see on the players now. But I think a big thing there was that the smoke was there and he wasn't sure whether or not he should waste the last clip of his silence M4. There's a little bit of a bug for me, I think, where it doesn't show how many bullets are left in the gun in total, but from what I saw, he had 20 bullets and nothing to reload with. So if he had ended up spraying an extra clip through that, he probably would have gotten a couple of frags and turned that round around. But you really can't see through the smoke. So iBUYPOWER took that just by the skin of their teeth.
And it's interesting that he did decide to save. I mean, I understand it was a smart decision economically, but you got to think that his teammates probably told him that at least 2 of those guys were lit, so he had a chance. But I think that just goes to reiterate the respect that these guys have for iBUYPOWER. Despite the fact that they were lit, he knows there's still 3 of them up. Doesn't matter how much help they are if they play the angles properly, which you know they're going to do, so he opted to save. As it is now in the 9th round, and already it's down to a 3-on-2 as AZK is able to eliminate Glorans in the CT spawn. They've taken control of the B side again. iBUYPOWER seems to be favoring B, at least in the last couple of rounds, taking advantage. Hades and Valens are still alive for the potential retake, but I'm thinking it's just going to be another save for Savage.
And yeah, just so Wizards curious, yeah, they won't tell you how much damage you've done in the round. You can't just open up console and check like in matchmaking. So it's a lot of a guessing game, and also a lot of the damage was done through smoke. So they might have had an idea, but not entirely sure.
Not enough to really give a committed call to your teammate to say, "I know he's lit."
Right.
You
yeah.
suspect so.
Risk your gun. You know, it's a big call.
Right. You really have to be sure when you make a call like that. And look at this nade. Perfect on the Hades. They realize he's saving it. Goose. Steal. Oh, he has been in a hunting mode for this matchup. He's that's 2 that he's gotten in the past 3 rounds on the hunt.
Yeah, I feel like Steel is one of the more I think is least confident about his aim as compared to like his game sense, which is amazing. But I think at the same time he's worked on his aim so much in recent times that like it's really paid off. Like you saw him use a pistol at ESA lane, he was going nuts.
Yes.
So I think his aim is starting to be like really, really good as compared to what it was a few months ago. I don't want to compare him to anyone else specifically.
Yeah, it's interesting. You kind of think that maybe Steele's more the cerebral player, where now he's turning into one of the brute force workhorses of the team, as Dazed and Swag both take out one apiece, and Steele with the 90-degree headshot on Glorans, making it look easy. Like you said, Launders, his aim is just lights out right now. iBUYPOWER in the lead, 7-2. They are once again strong-arming Savage in this round, although Savage was on the save here. So it's down to Dumore and Valens. Number 3 and the number 4 man. All up to Valens. They lose their lives with the quickness. Steele with another 2K on the round. He's up to 11, 1, and 4. Looking extremely strong for his team.
Yeah. Scoodle with only 1 frag, but with 8 and 2, it's there's really not much point in nitpicking in terms of kills on the side of the team who are just doing so well. Savage, of the 2 rounds they've won, and I'm just trying to recall, did they actually come away with the pistol? No, they didn't.
No, they won the first gun round.
Right, yeah,
lost the pistol,
which was a really good round. But if they can't continue to, Dave's missing an off shot here, and Dave's stopping. Something new.
Yeah, I think it's the first stop we've seen from iBUYPOWER thus far in this game. Hades is in good position if you can see him come through the smoke. There's Skadoodle! He sees AZK, dies 2K by Hades! Oh, wow, there was some great patience waiting for them to show themselves, takes advantage of the positioning and the smoke. So now this is a favorable round for Savage. Very winnable. Dazed, extremely wounded with that op, and look at the flash. Valens is trying to peek out and get the frag. He's not able to do so. It's a 4-on-3 in favor of Savage. Bomb is trying to come up cat. It's on the back of Dazed, who does have the bomb. And look at Steele!
That's a huge play.
Peeking from ramp and getting the headshot onto Valens. Just doing work for his team, which opens up the A site for Dazed, who's going to come in and plant safe as he knows there's at least one long. That's the number 1 man, Hades. Bomb has been planted. All of them are wounded, Swag and Dazed especially. Oh my goodness, wow. Dazed, what did you do? Threading the needle, hitting Hades in the shoulder, and Swag is able to take out 2 more.
Swag with 20 health. Just lurking his ass off on Cat. And yeah, that looked like a round that Hades opened up for Savage that they should have never lost. But iBUYPOWER with just superior comeback abilities were able to win that round against all odds. I think that Steel's lurk there, and then the good positioning from Swag, and also that crazy op shot by Daze just made the round look easier than it was. It was a really difficult round to come back from.
Right. That just goes to show that it's not even just round by round that we see individual players step up. I mean, each round these guys are making big time plays together. Yeah. You know, a lot of the pro teams will see 1 or 2 guys shouldering the load on several rounds and kind of winning it on their own backs. But at any point in time, all these guys are capable of making elite plays to win a round. And we saw 3 of them in that one round there as AZK finishing off Dumore to make it 10-2. This half is quickly gotten away from Savage.
Yeah, pretty far. They got the first 2 rounds within, I think, 4 or 5 by power or something like that, right? So it looked a little bit more promising earlier on, but as the rounds start to roll on, we see iBUYPOWER just easily adapting to their winning style and learning more and more how to keep their lead and making the rounds less and less close every single time they win them, and that's kind of the indicator of that.
Yeah, which just further extends their economic advantage. And I think that's a great point you made, Launders, is that, iBUYPOWER, I mean, a lot of it has just been fragging ability in individual plays, but at the same time making the necessary adjustments. As Steel actually headshots his teammate, AZK. I'm sure he'll hear about that later. As it's all up to Dumore. He's up against 3. He is in the B site. And look at them. They're actually contesting him, and see, that was just kind of brazen by iBUYPOWER. They had the bomb. They could have easily gone to A and planted, but they just decided, you know what, let's leverage this 3-1 advantage and frag him out.
Yeah. They must be feeling pretty confident. And for Carbine saying Valens looks pretty disappointed. I know from previous casts that he lives with Valens, so he can look over his shoulder and see his facial expressions. But I can see why, because we saw earlier in the half Savage actually, making it look a lot closer. I mean,
yeah,
some of those rounds were actually like you lost because you made a bad move, but you actually almost had that round in the bag.
But see, that's the thing. With a team like iBUYPOWER, you give them an inch, they will take a mile, as it has completely gone lopsided on them. As we see a rush in the B side, Dumore trying to hold on strong. He's able to get 2 with his FAMAS. That's a nice job. He's trying to hold on strong so his teammates can rotate, but Swag quickly takes advantage, gets into the site, and AZK picks up 1 in middle. So now it's all up to Hades, who is all the way over at the A site, going to have to rotate through CT spawn. Bomb is going to get planted default, and look at AZK. He's waiting for Hades to come on the rotate. But Hades is actually able to win that battle on the backs of AZK being extremely wounded. But Swag and Skadoodle, almost full health. They combine beautifully to take out Hades, and it's now 12-2, last round of the half incoming.
Yeah, just simple things like that, like peeking at the same time, mean that was just the best way to trade. You could have said like, oh, just play the bomb passively, stay out of sight, and wait for the timer to go off. But if you can, coordinate, peek together, it's really no reason why 2, completely competent players who practice their aim every day wouldn't be able to hit that shot and just sew it up faster.
That's a great point, Launders. I think the confidence that we're seeing from iBUYPOWER is paramount to their success now and moving forward. Is already, look at Savage, a little bit of a fire lit under them in this round as they're able to take out 3 of iBUYPOWER, and there goes the 4th to Valens, spraying through the smoke on the Dazed, and it's all up to Skadoodle, last man standing, but he does have the bomb on his back. He's in middle. CT is smoked off. He is sandwiched by 3 players. Glorens, Valens, and Relics! Look at that spray down from Skadoodle. Eliminates Valens and Glorens with the quickness, and he's just going to be aggressive and take out Relics. The 3v1 clutches real Skadoodle. Oh, making it look easy.
Man, I feel like Skadoodle wins so many clutches in his life that he wasn't even nervous. Like,
welcome to the clutch. And that wasn't even with an op either. Showing his rifling abilities.
He's a great rifler. He's great at everything.
And I think that's what makes Skadoodle cut above most of the ops that we see in the North American community. Because most of the ops that we know of in the North American community are known for just that, being ops. Their rifling skills are good, but not great. When you have a player that is great with both guns, you couldn't ask for more.
No, Skadoodle just is great at like everything. Like he's got a great op, he's got a great rifle, he's got great clutch, he's got great movement. I see him in KZ all the time. He has records, not world records, but really good times. And so he's just really good at this game. It's I'm sure he could be a hybrid or just a straight up rifler if he wanted to. But his op is like just so magnificent. He's like one of the top oppers anywhere, just period.
And thanks to Skadoodle, we actually earned ourselves another sub off of that clutch. I'm not exactly sure what his name is, but welcome, new sub, to the CEVO TV team. Great to have you here. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm joined by Launders. This is the second half of a best-of-1 between iBUYPOWER and Savage. If Savage wants to have any hope of salvaging this game, they have to win this pistol round on the terrorist side. 5 alive for both teams, and they are going to come rushing through long, storming out. Steel is the only one there to contest them. The Number 9, man. Let's watch from him to see what kind of damage he can do. He's able to get 1, and his teammate Skadoodle is able to get 2 more. Look at Swag holding from CT. Headshots 1. The last one standing is Dumore. Swag 1 taps him. These guys make it look easy.
My goodness. Yeah, so Another reason that it's great to have an Opera on your team is that Operas are just naturally better with pistols because you end up in situations where you have to rely on your pistol. You know, if you get rushed and you miss a shot or something like that. But yeah, also Swag's peaks are just absurd. Like he pre-shoots places where you think you're going to be when he peaks, and so he always gets the shots off first. And the fact that he hits them so many times is just crazy. Oh, server just
a little
burped.
bit of a lag burp there, but weathered the storm.
Yeah, Swag's best peaks in it.
Yeah, the guy that just comes from thousands of hours of reps and knowing that just crosshair placement. Look at Dazed with this lurk with the FAMAS. Oh, he's able to pick up one though. Swag tries to get himself one. Skadoodle's able to spray with that 5.7 candy apple through the smoke, and it's all up to Galorans. He's spraying for dear life with that FAMAS. He's actually able to pick up AZK, but still in position in CT spawn, gets the all-important 15th round, and on the doorstep of winning this game 16-2 is iBUYPOWER. Man, this is just a dominant performance.
Yeah. Again, from a game that looked like it was starting off close to a 2-15, it's pretty crazy. Just how easily iBUYPOWER just sews up these rounds, from just keeping all players alive to coming back from a 1v3 clutch. It's like there's just so much space in terms of skill and practice here that it wouldn't seem right if Savage were able to clean up those closer rounds, because iBUYPOWER just have come back from rounds that are way worse than that, and so they have what it takes, and I don't think they get nervous, and the confidence is there. It's just such a great formula for them.
It really is. I mean, it's great to see a team this good clicking on all cylinders, and I just think it's going to continue to grow. And look at this push, actually. I like the aggression from iBUYPOWER. They pushed straight up through mid, realized it was a stack long. Savage was taking way too much time to make a move, and iBUYPOWER making them pay for it, just saying, hey guys, let's go right at them. So 16-2, iBUYPOWER winning in dominant fashion over